It's a Monday night showdown, and the Sports Reel podcast will be live on location for it. Join Tim Sheridan and Jason Klaus as they bring their show to Lightning Rounds in Lapeer for a special live stream recording event. It happens December 30th at 8 p.m. as the Lions take on the 49ers on Monday Night Football. Come out and meet the guys, watch some football, and be a part of the conversation. The Sports Reel podcast live on location from Lightning Rounds in Lapeer on Monday, December 30th at 8 p.m. as a part of the PFC Entertainment Network.
This episode is rated M for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
This is Creepy Soup on the PFC Entertainment Network.
133.
Hi, welcome.
We're already starting.
Welcome to Creepy Soup. Look, husband's idiot. Anyway, welcome to episode 133,
30-something.
30-something of Creepy Soup on the PFC Entertainment Network. We are very apologetic for this very late episode. Schedules have been a little crazy, and so we do want to apologize for the lateness, but we'll be back on track. We were just talking about that. We gotta get back on track.
Yep.
So she's been working a lot. I'm obviously off right now. And
Too much.
And if you are following the PFC network on, I believe, Spotify or any other podcasting, you will see that there was an episode dropped on Christmas Day, which is today, is late recording, of a new podcast called What the 80s. And that has taken place of Power Trippin' through the 80s. Not really taking the place, it's just kind of like
Revamp.
Not even a revamp, like a little offshoot kind of thing, like a little they're kind of a couple, as we'll call it that. Couple, brother, sister, I don't know. But What the 80s is obviously a show about the 80s. It is here on YouTube, and it is hosted by Jason Klaus and myself, and I'm pretty excited. So the pilot episode was just dropped today on Christmas Day, and I'm pretty excited. So how are you?
Tired.
She's tired. I was everything. I'm like, Judy, let's record. Come on, let's go. I'm getting ready, and let's go.
Can't make her waste makeup now, can I?
Well, you did yesterday. Just saying. I put my face on, all ready to record. She's like, I'm leaving early for work.
Well, I didn't want to rush to get there and be extra late. Then I get fired for being late. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, don't do that. We definitely don't want that. But, I mean, then we'd have time to record.
For free.
It's free for you now.
Yeah. But then I won't be able to... Shh.
Yeah, so Sleepy can get back to bed. We're doing a recording again tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Yeah. Yeah. So we can be back on track.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And when we record tomorrow, I will have the proper episode number because I didn't look it up. I usually have to look it up. I usually do have to look it up. Loud ass people out there. So I think that's about it. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to lunch tomorrow with Sherry. So I'm pretty excited for that. Late lunch.
Sherry with a B, right?
Sherry with a B?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not.
Are you having a stroke? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I am so tired and I don't know why. I fell asleep at work.
Don't say that on here.
And I never do that. Never.
I think you're possibly getting too much sleep. And just my opinion. But anyway.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm getting enough.
I'm having lunch with Sherry tomorrow. And I'm excited for that. You have met Sherry. Sherry was at the premiere last year.
Sherry with a B. I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Like, seriously, are you having a stroke? Do I need to call 911? I mean, her husband name starts with a B.
What?
Her husband's name starts with a B.
No, her last name.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because, actually, on Facebook, she's 3 names because she has her first name, last name, and then married name, hyphenated. I'll show you later.
What? So overly tired.
Mm-hmm. Stop it. You're fucking foul. Stop it. Where's my other vape? I like having, there we go. I like having 2 on me all the time. This one's Black Cherry Peach. It's pretty fucking good.
You have a vape problem.
I do.
Crazy bitch.
Yeah, I've got 2 right here.
She's not lying.
No, I'm definitely not lying. But this one, perfect for today because it's a Christmas theme one. This one is peppermint candy cane.
Oh.
It's not. I didn't like it at first, but it's fine now.
It's one of those that gotta grow on you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, lunch with Sherry tomorrow. And then I'll come back. By that time, you should have some sleep under your belt. And you can record with me. Right? Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes. Stop it. I'm gonna punch you.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. It's on TV.
Are my hands cold? My hands are really cold, and I don't know why. So yeah. So should we get started?
Yeah. We can get started.
How do you want to break up this list? 1 and 1, or I'll read the first half. You could read the second half.
Do every other one.
Okay. So you get started. This is a list of 12 crimes that occurred around Christmas time. And this list comes from Woman's Day. Woman's Day or Now to Love. I don't know.
It's something.
It's Woman's Day. It's fucking Woman's Day.
Fuck it.
So the first one.
Alright, so this is called the Ohio Drug Bust. When Ohio police pulled over a BMW on Christmas Eve in 2012, they saw the boot was packed with Christmas presents, which the driver of the car was supposedly dropping off to a nearby family. However, the beautifully wrapped gifts didn't contain toys, but almost 13 kilograms of marijuana worth $305,500.
Now you know what a boot is, right?
A boot.
A trunk.
Then why didn't they just...
I think this is from Australia. If you look at the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You are fucking stupid. You are stupid. Okay, first of all, that is a lot of drugs.
Marijuana.
A lot of marijuana, yeah.
Lots of marijuana.
That's a lot.
Dad would be set for life.
Personally, I think with what he's got going on right now, he's probably set for life, but yeah, definitely for sure. For sure.
For sure.
All right, so next we have the Oxley family tragedy, and this was Christmas Day in 1893, so like a long time ago.
Wait, what?
1893. Adelaide businessman Henry Oxley and his family were found dead. The walls were covered in blood. Oxley was laying on his bed with a razor in his hand, and his wife and children had horrific head wounds. Carolers were initially suspected of the crime, but police eventually... Could you imagine just out there singing some Silent Night, Santa Claus is coming to town, and you're like, you killed a family and covered the walls with blood. You suspicious little singers. Could you imagine, though, seriously, just like spreading holiday cheer through the art of song?
Just for somebody to think that you...
Wow.
Can't even.
So anyway, carolers were initially suspected of the crime, but police eventually determined that Oxley murdered his family before taking his own life due to being in debt.
What?
Yeah.
What does the debt have to do with anything?
Well, a lot of people, when they're in debt, there's been a couple of cases where
They do shit that they wouldn't
like
normally
they
do.
will, like John List. He killed his entire family, and he dipped. He even had his, I can't remember if it was his mother or his mother-in-law that was like up on the top floor, but she was overweight, so he didn't bring her down.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, that story was something that was actually...
All right, number 3.
Ma'am, I'm still talking.
Got her.
Bitch. Anyway, he was caught because someone did like a forensic recreation of his bust, and when he was arrested, it looked just like him. Yup. America's Most Wanted saw that shit. Proceed.
Number 3 on the list. Santa suit slangs. On Christmas Eve in 2008, Bruce Pardero put on a Santa suit and whatever. Bruce P.
I covered this case.
Shh. Put on a Santa suit and drove to his in-laws' house where he killed 9 family members, including his ex-wife. He then sprayed 18 liters of gasoline into the house and set it on fire and left a booby-trapped trapped car outside his divorce lawyer's house before taking his own life. Damn, what the fuck did the divorce lawyer do? Probably didn't get him enough out of the divorce.
I think it was something like that. He was not happy. I think it may have been something to do with custody of his kids. And that's what he did. Like, he went in, and the little girl that answered the door, she was very young. That's all I don't remember her exact age right now, but she opened the door and was like, Santa, and he said, yep, popped the little girl that answered the door, all excited to see Santa.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
Just a bit.
Yeah. At number 4 on this list, we have Sodder children disappearance. On Christmas Eve, and why do I get all the old ones? And wait, it's because I'm old, right? Okay.
You said it.
On Christmas Eve in 1945, 5 children from the Sodder family in West Virginia disappeared and were never seen again. Their father, George, claimed they were kidnapped by the Sicilian Mafia in retaliation for his outspoken views. The family erected a billboard near their home offering a reward for words are hard.
Words are hard.
Offering a reward for information which remained in place until the children's mother's death in 1989. Now, and this, it is have you ever, like, really read on this story? It is very interesting because years later, the family got letters or something claiming that they either knew the Sodder children that were missing or they were the missing children. I don't remember what became of it because okay, that looks fucking fun. That's your next one, bitch. But the Sodder family one, it's really interesting how they just disappeared.
All right. Number 5 on the list.
On the list.
A nativity donkey in Andalusia, Spain, was fatally injured after a 146-kilogram man climbed on its back to pose for photos.
I don't know what that
The
equals.
man faced court, but the case was thrown out by the judge. That's it?
I guess.
That's it?
That's it. I mean, maybe they're...
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It was because it was a nativity donkey.
A nativity donkey?
Yeah, so it probably wasn't, like, meant to be ridden. And I don't know what... Look up what 145 kilograms is.
That's like 300 pounds.
Well, look it up. You got your phone right there.
My phone's pretty much dead. But I'll try.
Okay. So while she's doing that, number 6 on our list is in 2010, Seattle-based Sean Chanel, age 24, tried to convince police he was Santa after attempting to break into a house via the chimney. The only problem? He was naked and got stuck. When he was finally released by emergency workers, he was arrested and then sent to prison. That would be something. And you know what? That is like one of my...
Yep, I was right. I said 300 and something pounds is 321.
Yep, 321 pounds. Okay, then.
That's a big bone.
But that's like... there's been a couple of cases where children have went missing and they were later found in a chimney and they're stuck, and then they'll show like how they're in there, and then like I struggle, like I'm trying to figure out how to fucking breathe because I can't breathe because yeah.
All right, number 7 on the list. Between December 24th and the 26th of 1992, 6 people were killed in one of Ohio's worst ever mass murders. The killers, who ranged from 16 to 20, shot victims over 3 days on their spree. Police caught them, and one received the death penalty. Probably the 20-year-old.
Maybe.
You my toy.
That's scary. I kind of want to stretch it a little bit. So let's talk about each one of them afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did it say how many were killed? 6 people.
Yeah, 6.
That's scary.
Between December 24th and the 26th.
That's scary because you know what? You never know. Like when you go out to go Christmas shopping,
Exactly.
who is having a mental breakdown, you know, maybe because of the holidays, and then you're trapped in a store, or they're taking aim in a parking lot, and
Right.
you just never know.
Yeah.
It's a fucking scary thought. Or shit,
Very.
you could just be driving by and meet a stray bullet that way.
Yeah, because I was watching at work today. I was watching an episode of the First 48, and this guy and his girlfriend were just at a stoplight, and it must have been meant for him, but the girlfriend was shot in a driveway several times and she died. So yeah, I can imagine.
Well, that's like a couple years ago. And it actually happened like just before I went through there. Because I remember having to take, like the highway was closed at a certain point because those kids were throwing rocks
Yeah.
over, and it hit that one car and the guy died.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you know what? Every time I drive under one of those bridges while on the highway, it just makes, God, please don't be anybody up there.
Right. Yeah, I know.
All right, so number 8 on the list. In 2011, Michelle O'Dowd, 67, offered her friend Patty White, 41, a place to stay in her Florida home over the Christmas holidays. But when Michelle failed to turn up to work for her shift, her brother discovered her dead body under the Christmas tree, buried under a pile of gifts.
That's one way.
Patty
to do it.
White was sentenced to 45 years in jail for the killing. Now,
That's crazy. Under the tree, like she was a present.
yeah, now
crazy.
you invite someone out of the kindness of your heart. And that's why I don't like strange people coming to live with me, because a couple years ago I very well could have ended up under the fucking tree. You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
I can't.
She says, "Come stay with me for the Christmas holiday." And Patty says, "Hold my beer."
Patty says, hold my beer.
And then murders her and sticks her under gifts.
No, absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
no, I don't like
Don't
that.
do that.
No, I don't like that at all. Yeah, I don't want no more. I don't want no more people coming to stay with me anymore. I don't like that. I don't like that thought at all. Knowing I could have someone come in my house and put me under a tree.
Right. Yeah, that's a no-go. No.
Yeah, that's definitely a no. That's a no-no.
No, absolutely not. Alright, so number 9 on the list. First Christmas in Australia in 1788. Yes, that's what I said. 1788. The makeshift colony of convicts and Marines experienced their first Christmas in Australia. When the convict,
Words are hard.
words are very hard, especially when you're tired. Michael Dennison stole a pound of flour. What? Okay. He was sentenced to 200 lashes of the whip. But the Christmas spirit prevailed. Only 150 lashes were delivered instead. I don't understand how it could have been any better. Maybe by the time 150 rolled around, maybe he just didn't feel nothing.
I mean, maybe. And you never know. The extra 50 could have, like, did him in and fucking killed him.
That part.
Over some fucking flour.
That's crazy. Something to be mad at, like...
I mean, my guess is maybe he was maybe on the poor side and stole some flour, so maybe...
On the whore side? Is that what you said?
Poor. Jesus.
I thought you said, for real, thought you said whore.
No, I said poor. Fuck off. I said poor. Maybe he was from a poor family, and maybe that pound of flour could have made like a lot of bread.
Pound of whore.
Shut the fuck. Could have made bread, pasta. Well, I don't know pasta. Pasta was a thing.
You can use flour to make pasta.
You know, pizza.
Piece of that whore.
Shut
I love our trauma bonding with strangers.
I know. Take a Xanax.
I don't think I need one. I'm sleepy enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could do quite a bit with a pound of flour. Yeah.
A pound of a whore.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
She's not. She's not. She a liar. Okay, so we have number 10 on this list. The Santa Strangler. Ooh. Adolf Theodor Londenberg became known as the Santa Strangler because of his resemblance to Father Christmas.
Oh.
After murdering a woman in L.A. and San Francisco, it's just worded weird. After murdering a woman in L.A. and San Francisco. So did he murder her in two different places?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. The wording, it's not me. It's the wording of the article. During the 1970s, he was only arrested after confessing to his daughter-in-law 3 decades later.
Wow.
And it does show a picture of him, and he does look like maybe a thinner version of Santa Claus. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I wonder what he looked like in the 70s, though, because that's what he looked like in, like, the 2000s.
Right.
After he confessed to his daughter-in-law.
But did he ever say why, though?
No. I mean...
Why his daughter-in-law, of all people?
I don't know. Maybe he was... Well, he doesn't look very frail or sickly. But who knows? Maybe he was diagnosed with some terminal disease and said, we're gonna toss this in the fucket bucket, and
Toss his daughter-in-law in the fucket bucket.
Well, she didn't end up in the fucket bucket. She tattled.
Oh, she lived.
Yeah, she tattled.
All right. Number 11 on C-List.
Let's go. Dead air. Come on.
You're no fun. This is called The Unwanted Christmas Decorator. One Ohio man took Christmas decorating to another level in 2011. After getting high on bath salts, he broke into his neighbor's home and decided to adorn it with Christmas decorations before police found and arrested him.
So he was high on bath salts.
That's... Ugh. I heard that they make you bath salts, like, make you act like you're like zombie, like a zombie.
Well,
or some
I
shit.
know there was that one in Florida that he like started eating some dude's face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I would hope bath salt. I mean, I don't know why somebody would.
Like, how do you get high off bath salts? What do you do? Melt it down and stick it in?
And that was my next question. Like, do you pop it like Xanax or?
Bitch.
Yeah, seriously though.
Or do you eat them?
Do you eat the bath salts? Do you
Pop
chop it
'em
up
like a
and
Xanny?
snort it? Do you roll
What
it?
the fuck?
Snort it, you know, up your nose, you know, long nails. But I don't know how you ingest or
Yeah, me either.
yeah, I don't know. So in 2012, the annual Christmas parade in Ontario, Canada, of course, took a turn for the worse when an intoxicated 24-year-old man in the crowd loudly announced that Santa isn't real to horrified children.
Bastard.
He was arrested for causing a disturbance and for public intoxication. That is the end of this list. But can you imagine, like, how
All those little babies felt.
traumatized that someone just yells that? Probably, well, for some of them kids, the Santa float was probably going by. And, yeah, that probably just fucked up. A whole bunch of parents probably had to do some damage control.
Like, they had a lot of explaining to do.
They had some damage to control to do. I mean, I'm sure if their children were young enough, it's easy to pass off as he didn't know what he was talking about. See, he was drinking and he got
hit the bubble.
stupid and
He hit the adult bubble.
yep.
Stop that.
I can't help it. See, you've gotten a lot of sleep over the last little bit, and I've gotten hardly any sleep.
I feel like I haven't had any. That's the shitty part.
Yeah, so I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I could never.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the end of the list. I'm trying to think if there's like any more like well-known crimes that took place during Christmas that I can think of.
Or maybe you could email and let us know if you guys have any.
Very good with your initiative.
I know.
What's the email address?
Something creepy soup, I don't know. It's all in your stuff.
creepysouppodcast@gmail.com.
What she said.
And I'm guessing that by now the holiday store is no more. So we won't talk about that one. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get on in time to get a snow globe. Maybe I did. I don't know. We'll check shortly.
For me,
But-
it's still winter. Might be sold for the next little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, you got the email.
Yeah.
Or if you don't feel like doing if you don't have the time or the energy, even if there's like a episode you would want us to do, like if you
Yeah.
guys have any ideas about like a crime story you'd want us to do, or paranormal.
We need to do a paranormal. We haven't done paranormal
So if you guys
in a
got
little bit.
ideas, or maybe even like some of your own experiences, and we can, if they want to, we can read the emails of their experiences.
Yeah. We would that would be fun, I think, to start doing like
Viewer interactions and stuff like that.
like listener episodes where people have, write in and
Yeah, that'd
share
be
some
fun.
experiences of theirs.
Yeah, because we only have so many of our own. You know?
Well, we have a lot, but I
Yeah.
know people don't want to hear about ours all the time.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's a lot. We have a lot.
Yeah, and we would love to hear your guys' stories too.
There are, like, I mean, I think at some point somebody has been kind of touched by a true crime type story.
Yeah.
You know, like here in Saginaw, and I've already covered it, the Karen King case.
Yeah.
That one was big. People still, and it's actually coming up on the anniversary of that.
I know it's still fresh, but I do want to try to do the Justy case.
The what? You gotta refresh my memory.
The guy that was cut up in Bay City.
Mm.
That happened over the summer.
Yeah. Well, I forgot names, dude.
I really want to cover that case.
Yep, that one. You know, and there was one. It was actually more of a Halloween. Well, it happened around Halloween. This is like kind of like a this to this. Growing up, the first place I ever lived after I was born was a duplex.
Yep.
I drove you by there once. And our neighbors were this couple, and they had 2 children. Their son, I always knew him as Michael. The father was George, the son was Michael, and him and I were the same age, or around the same age, so we played together a lot. Somewhere in some of the photos, I don't know where they're at now, but there is a picture of him and I kissing as little kids. Fast forward to I'm in high school, and the guy that sat behind me in typing class, his name was George. And he was talking about his, you know, we brought up his last name, and I'm like, I used to live in a duplex, and that was the dad's name. And he was like, yeah, what was the mom's name? And I said his mom's name, and he was like, yeah, that's the parents. He was like, I was always called Michael growing up. So years later, we kind of got reconnected, and we talked every day. He sat behind me in typing. I hated my teacher. He was an asshole. R.I.P. though. And you know, I knew he worked. I worked, and one day he didn't come in to school, and I'm like, okay, that's weird, because he was kind of one of those
Always there.
always there, kind of nerdy kid. And then he wasn't there again the next day. And the news had been talking about this murder that took place at a Perry drugstore. And I'm like, I know he worked at one. But at the time, there was several here in Saginaw.
Yeah.
And it was about Perry was eventually bought out by Rite Aid, and so then they released the victims' names. It was a woman was killed. She was 23. Her name was Bertha. She was going to school to be a teacher, and she was almost done. And there was the pharmacist. He lived, and I don't remember his age, but his name was Harold. And the last victim was George. And both George and Bertha died in this attack. And oddly enough, the guy that killed them, his name was Stephen King.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that story was actually on America's Most Wanted, because they knew he dipped and went back to his home country. And right now I can't tell you. He was brought back And I worked at Don Donuts during all this, and his lawyer was one of the regulars that came in to Don Donuts every day because his
Jesus.
office was right across the street, and it was very,
Oh, he had that Schwartz building?
no, Perry. Oddly enough, the Russell Perry.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, but and then that year at the graduation ceremony, because he was a senior,
There's
so
a dedication.
there was like this big tribute, and yeah, it was so sad. It was very sad, and that was kind of like my first. I mean, well, no. There was another friend of mine that the Tonys on State Street,
The one that brought his dad.
huh?
The one that you knew about that lost his head.
No.
Something with the head.
No, this guy was kind of hanging out with not a very nice crowd, and they were all hanging out behind there, and he got shot and murdered back there, and that was sad to come into school and find out that Jesse had been murdered, and then George, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, see, I don't think I haven't.
I mean, you have.
Except for Quay.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks when anyone dies in general, but I mean, when it's
When they're murdered.
a senseless act that does it, because the pharmacist, he was, not that I'm saying he should have got it, because none of them should have. He was older, and but he was attacked, but he survived it. But Bertha and George, like I said, Bertha was 23, and George was 18, 19. Yeah. So that was, and I remember going to his funeral, and his mom was, because Nina went with me, and so his parents were excited to see her because they were friends and neighbors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, he talked so many times about the fact that you guys reconnected in typing class. And he was very excited. And he said, we were excited. She was like, we kind of thought he was making it up a little bit because it just seemed so crazy that after all this time.
Yeah.
And that was, of course, days before social media, so you couldn't just track people down.
Right. I mean, even now still, sometimes you can't track people down.
Yeah.
I mean, even if in this day and age with social media, some people just don't want to be found.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's so easy to just block certain people.
Yep. Yep, it is.
And it's like, because you can't really find them in real life. So if you block them on social media, you blocked them in real life too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah. My only experience is just Quay, that's it. Being murdered this summer, that's about it.
Yeah.
I've never had any real run-ins like that. Like you've had two.
And of course, I've also known a couple of perpetrators. So, yeah. And
Okay.
I talked about this one not too long ago, right in the kitchen. So, it was, again,
I was probably half listening.
I'm not gonna name names, but it was someone I went to school with from preschool right on up. I had a mirror in my locker, and he would come by every day and use my mirror to comb his hair. And him and another kid were playing with hairspray cans, aerosol cans, and lighters. And it was a thing where they were on the news because they had actually went in and helped save most of the family. I believe the mother died. And then they were on the news, kind of hailed as heroes, and then to find out a couple days later that they said it.
On purpose?
It was, I mean, they were playing with literally fire, spraying the aerosol and lighting it.
So they're just fucking around and an accident happened.
Yeah, I mean, that was not their intention to start someone's home on fire. And they both served their time. And I really kind of lost track of the one because I wasn't really friends with him.
Yeah.
But to this day, I'm still friends with the one on Facebook. He was in a band. We went and seen him when they played at Culver's at that car show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Yep. And I believe now he's a pastor. So I mean, he's made something. Like he got, and that's one of those things.
I mean, he's probably what, a teenager when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we were in high school.
Teenagers do stupid shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you human.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a mother died, but it's not like he did it deliberately or
No.
set your bitch ass on fire. It's
Yeah.
not like he set her on fire.
Yeah. Nope.
It's an accident.
He did. He served his time, and he has done something productive with his life.
Yeah, he didn't waste it. He didn't let that stop him.
Yeah, and then I do know a couple other that right around the same time. Well, one for sure. He was throwing Molotov cocktails, and he's still in prison. Oddly enough, his last name is Perry. Right? Crazy, huh?
What a donut.
There's honey bun cake.
Sorry, intrusive thought.
There's honey bun cake.
Oh, she makes amazing honey bun cake.
We've talked about this.
And I get some and y'all don't.
Aubrey said it was too sweet.
Girl, bye.
Right, that's what I said. So yeah, there's honey bun cake. But yeah, I mean, crime happens. If it didn't, like, we would only be able to talk about half the shit we talk about.
Right.
So, and then you always got to think, too, that there's always someone else out there who, there's families of these victims that, So yeah, I think that's about all we got. Because now that she knows we have cake, she's like over here getting kind of antsy. She's like, "There's cake."
There's cake.
Well,
And
because
then I'm gonna go pass the fuck out, y'all.
to be fair, 95% of the cakes I make go to work.
Good. They need to start paying the gas bill.
Yeah, that's where about 95% of the cakes I make. I've made a few for here.
We're like 98.
No.
You don't like us for real.
And out of those 95% of the cakes that I make that go to work, about 99% of them are for one particular person. Your baby daddy.
He knows who he is.
He knows who he is. Yeah, he came the one day I made a honey bun cake because he had requested it. And I brought it and I'm like, maybe I gotta see if he's here, because the last few times I had made baked goods, he wasn't there. So I texted him. He was like, "I'm calling in as we speak." And I took a picture, and he was like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." And he came and picked the cake up and took it home.
Didn't even stay.
Nope. He pulled up to the gate. We passed it through. He went home.
Damn. See, I couldn't do that shit at work. I can't call in and just show up just because somebody made me something and then leave. It's like, because 9 times out of 10, if you call out, it's because you're sick. What the fuck you coming to work for if you're sick?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just here to grab some.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
I know. There's a specific cake I want to figure out how to make it to incorporate a certain ingredient. Not weed. I I am not a fan of edibles.
Me neither.
I'm just not. I haven't had good luck with those.
PTSD.
I haven't had good luck with those.
PTSD's coming in.
Just take a Xanax. It'll be fine. I gotta go to the bathroom. Don't make me laugh.
It's almost urgent.
So I do have to look this up so that I could make a cake for our producer.
Oh.
And yeah, so we'll do that. So I guess
Is it like a what kind of cake is it?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying.
You don't know.
I don't know. I have to figure it out so I can incorporate a certain something into it. I'll figure it out. I've got this. I've got it. I mean, I will figure it out.
What? You make my ass itch.
Yeah. You don't do so much for mine either, so I guess on that note, because someone's got to poop.
I have to pee, actually.
I know.
Oh my god. Really
We will
it's really chapping my ass, Mom.
see our next one. We got to figure out. Like our next one will be the closest episode to New Year's, so figure out something fun we can do for that.
Like maybe like a New Year's paranormal or
Yeah. We'll do something cool.
or one of us could do paranormal and one of us could do true crime.
That works
We
too.
could do like a twofa.
That works too. We can figure that shit out.
Sounds good to me.
We got 24 hours to do it.
Oh. Okay. Because I didn't really like my next subject either.
Okay. What is wrong with all these?
It's not loading like half
I
your
know.
brain.
It's fucking weird. So, on that note, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and we will see you for our New Year's episode.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.